Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, you're going to be very happy that you stayed tuned for the second half of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KH. Someone went backwards on that. But see, we've been doing this for over 6 years. It's just, you know where we are. But every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and you can find out so much more. All our shows, we're talking over 1,600 YouTube videos on donandgino.com, donandgino.com. And basically, any topic you can think of. In today's topic, we're meeting with our chosen estate planner extraordinaire and so much more, business law, real estate law, probate, and everything. Lisa Odom with Pool Shaffrey, who handles our own personal estate planning, a lot of our clients. And then we've been talking about the values of, one, planning ahead, and two, the values of having valuable resources around your expertise. A lot of times you go to a particular professional and think that that's all you need them for, but realistically, we tell a lot of our clients when we do their home loans that, okay, for some reason, if one bank for some reason had an eighth better than us because of whatever reason, one, I guarantee they're not providing the service and helping you get your offer accepted and so much more, but also over time, due to the resources and the fact that we are involved, and we listen to you and we want to be involved in your future, that we will save you so much more money by giving you good advice thanks to our great professionals like Lisa Odom.
Yeah, I'll give you one small example, Don, going back to that interest rate thing for a minute. If we were to go to the interest rate thing for the biggest difference usually between lenders is about 1/8%. Mm-hmm. So even on a reasonable average size loan amount, that's probably about $36 to $45 a month. And the argument we hear all the time is, but over 30 years. And I'm like, well, how many packs of cigarettes do you smoke? How many cups of coffee do you drink? If really over 30 years. Right. So let's not go to that argument. How about if I saved you $5,000 on your taxes next year by sending you to a good professional?
Right.
How many years of savings is that? How much value is there involved in that?
How much value we send you to Lisa Odom and you get your estate planning done, and God forbid something happens.
I was just going to say, just that one's a little touchy because you're telling people if you die,
you'll be
happy.
People die every day.
Your family will be
happy.
Yeah. Well, you yourself said you dealt with 6 or 7 surprised widows, not just like, yay, this is going to happen. It's, oh my gosh, what do I do now?
Yes, I mean, the number of people who passed away in 2016 and frankly in my 2017 have been about the same. There's been a lot of deaths recently. I don't know why. Maybe it's just
nice talking with you, Lisa. We got to go.
but the number that were surprise passings that I dealt with last year, just with spouses who passed away unexpectedly, was 7, I believe, and they were all very tragic and very unexpected. And it was, it just reminds you how important planning is. Mm-hmm. Everyone is going to die. It's as certain as taxes are. It's going to happen. We don't get to control it. And I think one of the other things that we're not talking about here, but is really important, is also just incapacity. It's not just that you might die, but what if you become incapacitated? Mm-hmm. What if you fall into a coma, or, you have some kind of surgery that goes bad, or a stroke, or your faculties, your mental faculties, start to fail because you're advancing in age.
All right, all of you out there, please stay tuned. We're not scaring you all.
Well, no, but it's a reality,
right? This is reality, and this is something you really should listen to.
If we don't talk about the hard things here on the show, then we're doing you a disservice, 100%, because that's what this year Don and I said, take action. And in order to take action, you have to have education, you have to have information.
Right.
Or you have to have at least a great professional to talk to, like we do in Lisa, so that you can get great advice.
I mean, I always tell people it's one of the most difficult topics that you ever will have to discuss with someone, is death and what happens to your children if you're not here. I mean, my compassion for what we're talking about is extensive. I mean, it's a hard topic, but I've never had anybody, knock on wood, leave and say, gee, I wish I hadn't done that.
No,
right.
It's like us handing the keys to a house when we do a home loan. Nobody goes, I wish I didn't buy that house. They're so excited about it. Totally.
It's weird. In an odd way, you're happy, and you can rest a little easier knowing that your family is protected, and that if something, none of those widows I had expected their husbands to be the ones that were going to be lost. None of the people, even my clients I had who passed away from cancer last year, which I had a couple of those, even though they knew that they weren't doing well, nobody expects it to really happen to them. You know, it's not like a Superman complex or something like that. It's just the reality. We don't want to think about something so awful.
Yeah.
We don't want to think about not being here to be with our families.
All right, since I'm going to lighten this up a little bit, because
Sure.
this is a tough subject, very tough subject. When you're talking life insurance, you're talking estate planning and so forth. The good news is, though, on the lighter side, is we've met with you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a bundle of energy. You smile a lot. You ask great questions, and you actually make you. Lisa Odom with Pool and Shafferty will make you feel better about this whole scenario, because now you won't be afraid of death. You won't be afraid of what's going to happen to your family. You'll know that you are prepared. I'm not kidding. When Gino and I left meeting with you, Lisa, we actually felt better.
Sure.
I'm not afraid of death now, and
Right.
not sticking our head in the sand. It was, thank gosh, we met with you. And I feel so much better about protecting both our businesses, each other as partners, and our families. I mean, that's imperative. And it's got to be rewarding for you, because you know what the other side is when they don't.
I absolutely love my job. I love it. It is not torture to go to work on Monday mornings. I actually look forward to it, because I actually get to help people in a super meaningful way. And, you know, back to what we talked about earlier in the program, I get to ask a lot of questions. I find out a lot about a family's financial interests, their business life, their children. I get to know so much about their families, and I get to help them structure something that is going to work for them. I don't think that they leave feeling like, oh, wow, I'm depressed, I'm going to die one day. I think they leave feeling like, wow, we made some movement in the right direction. And I'm able to pull upon my experience, you know, like, for instance, dealing with probates with these widowed spouses who were unexpectedly widows, you know, dealing with those and explain why we don't want that for your family.
Right.
Usually just hearing about unfortunately, someone else's trials and tribulations because they didn't plan in advance helps us guide the people who want to plan in advance and who have been thinking about this. And quite frankly, I think almost everybody has talked about how they know that they need a will and they know that they need a trust, and they just never pull the trigger on it, because it's a really hard thing to admit that we're going to die one day.
Yeah, I'm really, really tough on one of my close friends, and I tell him all the time. I've referred him to you at least 3 times. And this
Sometimes
year,
it takes that, though.
I know. And this year, my quote to him is, "I'm going to be really angry at you if I have to deal with this."
Angry.
Yeah, if I have to deal with this on
She's
your
gonna turn into a
behalf.
Martian.
Well, if I have to deal with this on your behalf, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah.
Because I told you 1,000 times you need to do it. You said, I'm going to, but you haven't. And, you know, this is someone who owns 7 properties. They have
I know who
to.
this is then.
Yes, you do.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Actually, it was just his birthday.
Yes, it was. So, you know, so it's important, and sometimes it does take that push to get somebody there. And thank you for helping everybody here at Skyline also. Everybody's been very happy. Everybody's gone. You've got to meet people on a more
Everyone's
intimate
been
level.
Great, yeah.
I am going to touch on one thing, though. I don't think a lot of people have been abnormally passing away. I just think that so many people know you, like you, and trust you now that those people are being referred to you because they know they're in good hands.
Aw, that
Nicely
could be
done,
it.
Gino.
And I'm out. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Wow.
That
That's a
was
good point,
nice.
because actually our momentum's picking up too here at Skyline, and everybody's like, what do you attribute to? Are you marketing more? Are you doing more? No, thank goodness that the word is out that we're doing a better job than, honestly, this is going to sound cocky, but we're doing a better job than any other lender out in Santa Cruz, bar none. We close almost every single deal unless there's a property issue, and we close our deals on time. And even better yet, we give great advice. We ask the questions like you do. So I'm going to end on that note to set up our last segment here, because our last segment is going to be a great one. We're going to fine-tune some more reasons why you need to get your estate plan, why you need to work with real professionals that are connected with other professionals, because all of them working together basically will help protect you and your family and provide. It's the only way to do it. If it's just one professional handling their only expertise, it's really hard to connect the dots on your behalf and your family's behalf. And we'll be back to the final segment of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Find out more at donandgino.com.